get nicer, doors open. Not exactly warm out, but enough to at least have the door open, get fresh air in here and stuff while we're working. So today we're going to try to get I'll get the downpipe put on, which I got painted and wrapped now, so that's all clean. And then I want to finish getting the fenders bolted on, and I can get the other headlight bolted on now. This should be dry, or dry enough to at least be around. Color match isn't perfect from the roll-on to the spray paint, but close enough for what we're doing. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get to work.
I feel like somebody's watching me.
Alright guys, you saw it, quick time lapse, nothing special. Finished bolting the fenders on, bolted the front bumper on, hooked up, turn signals, headlights. So, nothing crazy done there. I'm starting to lose track. I can't remember what I've done each day when I finish up. I ended up deciding to err on the side of caution and just make it a little bit quieter and go for maybe a nice tone, then try to go for just, loud. Although I am very curious as to what a high compression KA sounds like. So maybe one day I'll just make a turn down and just open down pipe and just have a quick turn down or something to see what it sounds like. But for now we're just gonna go full exhaust, make it real nice, tuck it up as as nice as I can. I'm debating about putting a couple of slip joints in the back half of the exhaust system, just again to allow for more flex, so you don't transfer that force all the way up into the turbo or into the bellow for that matter. Just allow it to move around a little bit, not really I don't know, just not be so stiff. But that's it for now. If that's the end of the video, see you guys next time. If it's not the end of the video, I'll see you in a couple seconds and we'll fast forward into tomorrow. Pretty much done. I mean, it's kind of where we left off. I happen to have a half quart of Dexron 2, which is what this calls for. So it's got some power steering fluid in it now. Of course, I might have to go get more once I actually fire it up and it kind of bleeds out the lines and any air pockets that might be in there. Still not leaking any coolant, fingers crossed. Oil's in it, not leaking any oil. So I mean, technically, if I hook, the computer and stuff up, I could attempt to fire. Or at least crank for oil pressure. Not going to fire until the full exhaust is done because I want this thing quiet on initial startup because I want to hear if the engine's making any weird noises. I mean, not that at that point you're kind of screwed anyway, and the fact that you'd have to pull everything apart and the engine back out. But I just like that sense of security. It's like if you can just hear what's going on, so I can hear if anything's loud or seems out of place, so you can possibly stop any catastrophic damage from happening, a bit early. But today, I don't even know if I'll get the time lapse going. You can't see too much. I might try to set it up underneath the car, but I am just cutting little random pieces of this GRC, used to be GRC exhaust. Debating if I want to do a slip fit joint somewhere in there. This one already kind of lines up where I could have at least one spring on here holding it together. Although this perch is kind of up somewhat close to the drive shaft, so I don't know how I feel about that one. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just run through it and kind of see where everything lands, and pending where I might have a slip joint, I might have part of it just be, slip joint on with a couple of springs on it. If not, I might just weld the whole thing and have it just be one piece from the catalytic converter back, or from the mid pipe back. So without further ado, let's get started. Just cut up a couple pieces, just indicated them with Sharpie, and now we're going to start tacking stuff together. As you can see, I'm trying something new. This is Solar Flux Type B. So it's supposed to be a flux you can paint on the backside, so you don't have to use a bunch of argon to shield everything. So fingers crossed it works. I'll show you guys what the inside of the tack welds at least look like, so you can see whether or not it works. There we go. Just knock a big old chunk of that off. This stuff's not cheap either. It's cheaper than argon. You can't really see. But parts on the other side didn't seem to be as bad. There There we go. Didn't seem to be as bad as this side. So like I said, I'm still playing with how I'm applying it and stuff like that. I kind of went through and put a heavier coat on it after the first couple tacks, because the first couple tacks it didn't seem to work at all really. So I'll keep playing with, trying to put it on maybe a little bit heavier on the next couple joints that I can see, and if they get better or are decent, I'll just keep using this. If not, I'll it's just money out the window. It's worth a shot, I guess. But stuff's not cheap either. It's 20 bucks for 2 ounces, so not the cheapest stuff, but cheaper than what I get Argon for. So I'll throw this thing back up underneath the car and just keep plugging away. Guys, calling it for a night. You saw, some of the time lapse into me under the car. Not a whole lot to see. A couple trips to the chop saw, a couple trips to the belt sander, clean it up, hand filing the inside, painting on the solar flux stuff, which I think after this experience I'm going to say I'm not really a fan of. I might be doing something wrong, but per the directions, mixed it with straight methanol, let it sit for a few minutes, paint it on, proceed to weld it, and I'm still getting some sugaring, which you can see right there. You can see the dark section is kind of makes like a gel coat, it looks like. So you can see in spots it's protected, but the little peaks that are protruding there, but you can still see spots where it's sticking through, and that might be because it's a super thin stainless. This isn't the best fit up, but it's not the worst. I mean, there's just a small offset really, but the gaps are very minimal. But I mean, we're getting there. I said they used used piping and everything else. Although the used stainless does not cause the carbide precipitation. That's 100% just oxygen getting to the backside. So food for thought. Back purge is king. So chances are I probably won't be buying more of that stuff, but I'll use it up. Exhaust is just for me, so if it cracks or needs repaired or something like that, that's fine. It's my stuff. It's not like I'm doing it for somebody else. So maybe next time, it should last through the year, I would think, without cracking or really like actually coming apart. But maybe next winter, I'll make another exhaust. The manifold, the downpipe, the mid pipe, they're all back purged. They came out, great. There was one small bit on the end of the mid pipe where it got towards the very end, right where the flange is, and I had to take the plug out essentially, or take the V-band off, and recap and everything. I didn't let it purge long enough, and it had some air in there still, so it had a very tiny couple of small pricks of carbide precipitation, but really not that much. So the rest of it's good. It just means next winter I might have to make a new exhaust if this one is shows signs of cracking and whatnot. It's also very thin tubing, so we'll see how long it lasts. It's only 35 thousandths of an inch. That's thin. 16 gauge would be preferable, a lot more heavy, but preferable. It'd be stronger. I think it would last longer and stuff like that. But that's what they use on the race cars, but everything's a short lifespan, so using it for street car stuff, hit or miss. But yeah, so I mean, this is what we got so far. The front section has the cat, and it has a slip joint, and this guy actually goes over that slip joint. Oops, my bad. So this guy right here, you see he's expanded a little bit. He goes over the slip joint. I'm going to keep that and just use some springs to pull the ears together, so that allows some flex. And then from there on back, I got about to the rear axle right here. So from here back, I got to still make that. I got to do all the hangers. I got to weld on a patch where I'm going to weld the hangers on to, to like spread out the load instead of having just one spot, especially the fact of being so thin. It needs, like a piece of flat stainless, hammered around a little bit thicker to spread out the load of having the, the weight of the exhaust swinging. I still got to debate if I'm going to use this beautiful piece of tubing. It's also super thin. I'm sure that's 35 thou too. This might even be Inconel, I'm not sure. But I'm still debating if I'm going to use it. If I do, it'd be, like I said, I think it looks better out the back of the car. Like just the size. It looks more fitting than just a 3-inch. So, very tempted to use it. Like I said, I already have it cut where, it's kind of a cone. So it fits perfectly from 3 and it transitions up. I just have to make, a pretty big patch
and patch that hole. That's where the wastegate dump came out at. So I just gotta decide if I want to, try to hammer a piece of stainless, over that, and I'll either, I don't know if I'll back purge it. I probably won't even back purge. I'll probably use more of the solar flux stuff, just because if it cracks there, it's kind of whatever. I would cut it behind, cut it back here somewhere, and reuse it for something else later. But we'll see. I don't know. Still up in the air. I might just use all of this. This is actually like 80 mil. Stuff that, just German GRC stuff. Tubing. Hey, look. Germans had a bunch of cover precipitation. See all that top ridge. Those guys just jumping through. So mine's not even that bad. But might just use all this stuff up. It was just knowing that, next year I'm gonna have to make another one, and I might even just spend the money on stainless at that point. I can get a pretty good deal on it, but I have to buy an entire stick, which is 20 feet, so I really don't need 20 feet of stainless, but might pull the trigger just to have brand new, clean, stainless steel, but by then if the, powertrain's proven itself and it's long term just going to stay, just kind of fiddle with it a teeny bit here and there, I might go ahead and make me a whole new exhaust out of brand new stainless, so it can be really nice and just be done at that point. But enough rambling. That's it for tonight. Hopefully later this weekend I'll continue on the exhaust. We'll see how far we get. Other than that, let's see. I still gotta hook the ECU up, put the parts of the interior back together, touch up paint on a couple spots. Need to get some sticky blocks for tie wrap sticky blocks to tie a couple parts of the harness up. Power steering fluid, which is done. So I can mark this guy off. And the exhaust, which I am working on. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, that'll be done or close to. That'll be done or close to. And next week, sometime during the week, we're gonna fire the car up. So once I get the exhaust done, all I gotta do is pull the plugs, crank for oil pressure, get oil pressure. Then I'll have to have Chris or somebody over here. Then we'll hook everything back up, but I'll unplug the injectors or unplug the fuel pump or something so it doesn't fire. Crank it over and set the ignition timing on it. And then once we confirm the ignition timing is good, we'll go ahead and see what happens. Cross our fingers. But yeah, until next time. See you guys later.